Hi, everyone. Welcome to a webinar, My Superfoods Unleashed. Health matters, so do you. Fuel your body the right way. So that's the topic today. We're just going to wait a couple more minutes for a couple of people to sign in, since this is a webinar. But I do have the screen in the background that you're able to view as well. So I will go ahead, oops, sorry. I will go ahead and move this screen like all the way in the corner so that way you can follow along. So anyway, so let's get started. So My Superfoods Unleashed, and today's topic is about all the superfoods that I get to consume myself, and I truly believe that other people should be doing it as well. So a little bit about me, right? So I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I have been married for 15 years, and I've actually immigrated to the United States back in 1995. And ever since then, I've been living in St. Louis, Missouri. So I also work in a corporate world and have been for the past 21 years. And I am a certified health coach, certified yoga instructor. I've been teaching for 1 year, and I'm also a USANA associate. So I partner with this company, and I've been doing it for the past 3 years. So anyway, I am part of the corporate world, but I'm trying to get out of that side because I truly believe that the future jobs will be all about sales, and most of the economy will be in sales. They will be very little manufacturing. At least that's what I think, and that's what some of my idols think, the people that I go to for their webinars and instructions and coaching and whatnot. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We have quite a bit to cover. So today, I just wanted to share a little bit more about me. So this is my family. I have a 2-year-old, and I have a 10-year-old as well. As you can see, I have a brunette and I have a blonde in my family. My husband was blonde when he was younger. So anyway, so my big why. Why did I actually get into this kind of business? Well, 5 years ago, I was extremely sick, and it was a very dark time in my life, and I wasn't sure I was going to be around. Every night when I went to bed, I wasn't sure I was going to wake up the next day. I was very ill, and doctors could not figure out what was wrong with me. So my story is pretty long, but I'm just going to give you like a short version. So that was the dark period in my life, and through that, actually, when I turned over to holistic and natural healings and approaches, that's when I started seeing some changes, right? I started seeing acupuncturists, I started doing chiropractic, I got back into yoga, and basically my top issue was chronic stress and not being able or not knowing how to deal with stress. And from stress, what happens when you are stressed, and especially with chronic stress, your digestion stops. My liver was not working. I've ended up having surgery, which didn't fix anything. I was actually worse after surgery, and that's why I turned over a different leaf, and I actually went into holistic and natural healings. And since then, like I said, I'm a certified health coach. I've gone through a nutrition school. I've studied a lot about the nutrition. That's my passion. That's what I like to do. I've always read magazines and books about health, but I just never thought I could make, this as a living. I could make this as a career. So anyway, that's a short version. I am all better now. I am here. I am coaching others. I am helping others find themselves, and I'm happy to help those people that are needing my help. So I'm an expert in digestive issues, liver, gallbladder, all of those things there, and also cortisol level, because that was another thing I had to deal with. So when you have chronic stress, you also have issues with cortisol, which prevents you from sleeping, which is another problem. Anyway, so that's just the gist of it about me. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our presentation. We have 10 different superfoods that I wanted to cover. So the first one is, so here's the top list, right? So this is my top 10 superfoods that I consume pretty much every day. Chia seeds, spirulina powder, turmeric, bee pollen, raw cacao nibs, coconut oil, flax seeds and flax oil, ginger root, ghee, and lemon. So chia seeds, you might have seen this superfood. It's very, very powerful. These little tiny seeds are super, super amazing. So they contain omega-3s, right? And we all want omega-3s in our life. Vitamins and minerals like potassium and calcium, magnesium. They also have a lot of dietary fiber, which is the top reason why I take it. Protein and antioxidants. So some of the benefits that I wanted to mention are digestive health. They're super high in fiber. And fiber is essential for our body as it helps regulate insulin. So for those of you out there who are pre-diabetic or are battling glucose roller coaster, then I would say you really need to pack your pantry with chia seeds and start consuming them. Skin and aging. So they have benefits with the skin and aging. They're high in antioxidants. They help speed up the skin's repair and prevent further damage. So also they help you make strong, help you to have stronger bones. Just 1 ounce of chia seeds can provide RDA of calcium levels. So basically, that's enough calcium for a day. Just 1 ounce of those super powerful little tiny seeds. And also it supports heart health. They contain omega-3s, which help reduce inflammation in your body. They are super wonderful. I use them in my green smoothie. So you can use them in your yogurt. And I would suggest plain yogurt. And you can use them in your green smoothie or any kind of smoothie. They're wonderful in if you're making, let's say, muffins. But I would say you want to support those muffins with whey or some sort of protein. So the muffin is not just a sugary dessert that it's going to spike your sugar levels. So those are the 3 ways how you can use them. So the next one is spirulina powder. And this is my little guy, my 2-year-old. He also adores these green smoothies, which I consume pretty much every day, every morning. So in the morning, I have liquids. I have green smoothie and protein. So spirulina is the superfood that I consume, and here's why. Spirulina is basically a seaweed. It's algae. So it's a powder which is rich in protein, antioxidants, and vitamins. Vegans and vegetarians actually use it a lot. So spirulina actually has a higher calcium content than milk. So for those of you out there who are milk savvy and like milk, I would suggest that you can also use spirulina too to get that calcium content. They're also loaded with iron. The B1 vitamin known as thiamine, which is necessary for digestion of fats and proteins. So it contains that as well. Another reason why I do it, because all of my issues were related to my digestion and all of my abdominal issues. Contains B1, B2, B3, B6, and B9. So most of the B vitamins are in spirulina. Vitamin C, D, and E, right? Many minerals as well. So the benefits, the high concentration of protein and iron makes this superfood ideal to consume when you want to boost your body immune system. So it may help reduce your sugar levels, and it may help with the diabetes prevention. They also contain lots of antioxidants that prevent cell damage. And for those of you out there, antioxidants are basically, let's say you have an apple or avocado. You cut it up, and it starts turning brown like immediately, right, or within a few minutes. Well, most often people in the kitchen, they will squirt some lemon or lime onto the apple or avocado to prevent that browning, right? Well, the same thing happens, and lemon and lime are actually antioxidants. They have tons of it. So same thing happens to your body. So when you consume these antioxidant superfoods that are loaded with antioxidants, you are preventing cell damage in your body. So they're also high in chlorophyll, and it also helps with heavy metal detoxification. It will remove those toxins and boost your immune system. So a lot of people use it for that. That's another reason why I've actually gone to my spirulina powder use. Turmeric. Wow, this is a big one. This is one of the spices that it's the most researched today. There are so many research articles out there, but this superfood is ideally a superfood. And out of all these 10 that I'm gonna mention today, if you can just incorporate this one into your diet, your body will benefit drastically. And here's why. It contains manganese, iron, fiber, potassium, copper, just to name the few. but it's basically, the benefits are anti-inflammatory. And anti-inflammatory, you really want to focus on the foods that are anti-inflammatory, because inflammation in your body is not good. And the silent inflammation is very, very risk. It puts you at risk of getting a heart disease. So they know now, based on the research, that heart conditions and diseases are not based just on your cholesterol levels. Those are not the only markers, right? The inflammation in your body, the silent kind that you do not feel. Like one of the other inflammation would be, let's say, arthritis. You have arthritis in your hands or your arm, your feet, or in your bones. Your body just sort of hurt and ache. Then that would be an inflammation that you can sort of feel in your body. But the silent inflammation is the one that causes heart disease, the one that is sort of like that, you know, when you see the iceberg right out there, all that stuff in the water, there's more ice in the water. That's the ice you don't get to see. That's the silent inflammation right there. So the anti-inflammatory. So how can that help you? It can help you prevent that heart disease for sure if you focus on anti-inflammatory foods. And that would be a webinar for another time. But this is one of the spices or one of the superfoods you can start consuming in your daily routine. It can help with ulcerative colitis, arthritis, which is the joint pain due to inflammation, cancer, and so much more. It's also anti-cancer spice or superfood. It's also antidepressant, almost as effective as Prozac in managing depression. But here's the thing, one thing I would mention, just taking the capsule turmeric form is not going to be enough. You really need to start taking it by the spoons, basically, in your green smoothie or your other drinks, like honey, lemon water with some turmeric, or maybe some tea with turmeric or turmeric roots. You can make your own tea. Those would be like things that you can actually do and how you can incorporate it more. It can also help you lower sugar levels and reverse insulin resistance. That's a big one because that's actually one of the biggest chronic diseases now these days, diabetes, right? A lot of people have that issue. And it's also known for the ability to manage inflammatory bowel disease. So there are a lot, IBD. There are a lot of people who have this, and it's all because of your gut and your digestion, and something is not working correctly there. But when you start supporting your body with the right foods, then you can improve that condition drastically. You might even be able to put it at bay completely, where it's not going to be coming to surface. Bee pollen. This is another one that I absolutely love, and there's a story with this one, so I do have to share it. So back in 2005, this is before I had my kids. My oldest one was born 2007. So back in 2005, my husband and I, we went to a vacation to Croatia and Bosnia. So we went to visit our family. So as, of course, we've been married for a couple of years, I think 3 years then. And we went back home and everybody was asking, how come you don't have kids? How come, you know, are you having problems? Is there something wrong, you know, and all that stuff, right? So anyway, so that's just the family stuff and some friends as well. But we said we're not ready, and, you know, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. So when it happens, we're going to be happy about it, right? So we were not stressing. We were not worried about it. We were just enjoying our life. We just got married. Life is great. So who cares, right? But some of my friends, and one of my dear friends in my hometown in Bosnia, she actually is a holistic person as well, and her husband has beehives. So that's the kind of business that they do. So they make tons of honey, and she has tons of bee pollen. So one day she comes over to my house and she brings me like a little container with this bee pollen. And she's like, you should take this because I've read and I heard that the bee pollen can actually help you conceive baby. And I took it and I said, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I brought that actually back to Bosnia. So And then of course, I consumed it because, you know, she was a friend, and I consumed it, just that little container that I have, but I never went back to purchase it until later on when I actually got sick and I started researching and learning about the nutrition. That's when I started getting into all this stuff. So that's just a little story, story that I have, that it's related to the bee pollen. So every time when I use it, I always remember that incident back in 2005. So anyway, so bee pollen. So it contains fat-soluble vitamins A, E, and D, right? Tons of protein, essential fatty acids, digestible carbs, flavonoids, and sugars. So the benefits, it has actually antibiotic properties. So it can help prevent the flu and colds, right? And my chair is moving because I have one of those ball chairs. It reduces inflammation in the body. Here's another superfood you can use for the anti-inflammation properties. It protects against liver toxicity, and it can be part of the liver cleanse. So as I said earlier, when I was talking about me, my problem was the liver issues and accumulated toxins over time. So hence the reason why I do it now on a daily basis. And it also boosts immune system. May also be natural allergy fighter. So I hear this a lot from people, right? And I think it might help if you do it. So for instance, if you do have allergies and they just sort of kick in certain seasons, and let's say yours is in spring when everything is blooming and we have all that stuff coming out, right? Then I would say that you want to stock up on bee pollen now and start consuming it every day before that season comes, because you want to build that immune boost properties in your body, so it can help you battle that. But the key is to get it from the region where you live. It can also help your skin look younger due to the flavonoids. So that's another reason why you could spice it up a little bit with the bee pollen. So moving on, raw cacao nibs. I absolutely love this. Like when I have people try this and they're like, oh my God, it is so bitter. But here's the thing. This is like the super food. It's loaded with antioxidants. It has tons of essential vitamins and minerals, essential fatty acids. Who doesn't want more of those? Magnesium, iron, copper, lots of fiber, powerhouse of antioxidants. There's a reason why it's called powerhouse of antioxidants. So the benefits, it can help regulate sugar levels. It may even lift your mood, because raw cacao nibs is what chocolate is made from. So when you consume raw cacao nibs that are bitter and you consume them in your diet, let's say in your protein shake, in your smoothie, you can dip banana into that and eat it like that, because the banana will sort of offset that bitterness, and it's going to be a little bit more tasty for you. But maybe you start with the banana, dipping it into banana until you get used to it. But it's wonderful superfood for you, because it will give you tons of energy and it will improve your mood, I guarantee, because when you have raw cacao nibs, it's as if you are eating chocolate. And the ladies out there, I am sure you know what I'm talking about. When you get that feeling, you gotta have that chocolate, grab some raw cacao nibs. They are wonderful for you. And it may also support your weight loss. Whew, that's a great plus. And it helps with the loss of appetite. So it's very fulfilling because it has lots of fiber, right? It's antioxidant. Heart and cardiovascular health protection. It helps with elimination. Regular BMs are very important, and I talk about elimination pretty much every day. If I am posting anything on Facebook, I'm having live videos, I just cannot leave my peeps out there without talking about elimination. It is so important. We don't talk enough about it. And there are people who don't have regular BM every day. And if you are one of those, you need to act on it now. Coconut oil. Oh my God, this is an awesome superfood. So coconut oil is really high in saturated fats. And yeah, I know, do not be alarmed. These are not the saturated fats that are going to cause you to have a heart disease. 3 years ago, well, yeah, about 3 to 4 years ago, when I was really sick and they were testing my blood, and I found out that my cholesterol was low. right? A lot of people have high cholesterol. My HDL was very low, so concerning that they sent me to a cardiologist specialist, right? Because the HDL was so low. It's concerning because your HDL is supposed to be high. That's one of the numbers in the cholesterol panel you want that number to be high. Everything else you want to be a little bit, in a approved range. After that, when I had discovered and I learned about all these healthy fats, and coconut oil is one of those healthy fats, including the avocado oil, the other oils, and there's so many other things, which is a topic for another webinar, but I just want to emphasize on coconut oil right now. So it does have those saturated fats, but they're a good kind of fats. So 4 years ago when I did the blood work, my HDL was so low. A couple of weeks ago when I did my blood work, my HDL was 77, which was spectacular, and I'm trying to bring it up even more. Back when I was sick, it was 38, and the limit is not less than 40. I was 38, so I did not have enough fats in my diet, and that was another problem why I was sick too. And not that I was not eating fats, it's just I wasn't eating the healthy kind of fats that sort of bring the HDL up. So ever since I've learned about the fats and I started consuming them, my HDL went up. So it says here, saturated fats not only increase good cholesterol, HDL, but they also help convert the LDL, the bad cholesterol, into a good cholesterol. So it contains the caprylic acid, lauric acid, capric acid, all these wonderful acids that our body needs. By increasing the HDL cholesterol in the body, it helps promote health, and it lowers the risk of heart disease. Most of the fats we consume take longer to digest, but the medium-chain fatty acids found in the coconut oil provide the perfect source of energy. So medium-chain fatty acids are processed by liver, right? And that's the problem I had. My liver was not working correctly. It was loaded with toxins, so it probably couldn't process the fats I was consuming, which back then it was not coconut oil. So, which means that they are immediately converted into energy instead of being stored as fat. So when you eat, let's say, canola oil, the vegetable oil, and all these bad hydrogenated oils, they get stored as fat in your body. So if you have heavy hips, if you have big belly and all that, that's where the fat goes. There are a number of benefits with coconut oil, but here's some of the big ones are actually, like I said, the HDL, prevention of heart disease. It's just those are the big ones, and when it's processed by the liver, it gets converted into the energy instead of fat. So you get energy with this one. So it prevents heart disease and high blood pressure, right? It reduces the inflammation and arthritis. Again, carbs make you get inflammation in the body as they get converted to sugar. So it's the carbs. It's not the fats, guys and ladies. It's not. It's the carbs that will get that inflammation started in your body. Antibacterial, antiviral. Sugar feeds bacteria growth. Sugar feeds bacteria growth, not the fats. When you are sick, stay away from sugar. Drink bone broth and consume coconut oil. Yes, consume it. Okay? You can even put coconut oil in your coffee if you're a coffee drinker. But don't put anything else. Just coffee and coconut oil in the morning. It's wonderful for you, folks. Reduces symptoms of gallbladder disease and pancreatitis. I wish I knew this a few years ago when I was actually sick. This would have helped me a great deal, but I've learned all of this after the fact. Great for skin conditions like eczema. Caprylic and lauric acid in coconut oil reduce inflammation internally and externally. It is a great moisturizer for your skin. I use them on my kids a lot and on my body. So I go through these big containers a lot. Reason why I had 2 slides for coconut oil, because it's such a wonderful solution for the anti-inflammation, for the arthritis, for heart disease, prevention of heart disease, for lowering high blood pressure and all of that. So moving on, flax seeds and flaxseed oil. So this oil that I have on this slide here that you can see, flax oil, I truly believe it saved my life, because back in 2012 is when I went on Gerson therapy, and based on that therapy, you're supposed to only use the flaxseed oil. And I did that for 2 months. I did 3 coffee enemas a day, and I used this oil in all of my cooking, and all of my cooking was at very low heat. Tons of juices that I was making with organic vegetables and fruits. So basically 3 coffee enemas a day and 9 juices a day, oatmeal for breakfast, miso soup, Hippocrates soup, which is a special soup, and it's wonderful soup. I absolutely love that soup. All of these foods were actually very healing for my body. So flaxseed oil, I truly believe it really helped me turn that, turn everything around, so I can start seeing progress and start seeing the healing in my body. So flaxseed oil, it contains lots of omega-3s, the fatty acids, that are associated with healthier brains, no foggy brain functions. It's better for your moods, decreased inflammation, healthier skin, hair, and so much more. And my hair is absolutely stunning, the best I've ever had. And it's because of all of these superfoods that I get to put in my body. Benefits, it can help manage your weight, as it works as a lubricant for your colon. And it works as a natural laxative, which helps promote detoxification. It may help fight cancers, which is why it's the only oil recommended during the Gerson therapy. Like I said, the therapy is known as the cancer therapy. And I was on this therapy for 2 months for the detoxification aspect, as I was performing those 3 coffee enemas a day to facilitate extreme measures of detox. And I'm not saying you have to go on this type of detox. I was desperate because I lost 30 pounds. I was really sick, and doctors could not figure out what was wrong with me, and I didn't eat anything for 8 months. So I called that extreme measures, because I was really, I was disappearing. I was really disappearing. Everybody in my family was so concerned because I could not stop the weight loss, and I was so sick. And I was so sick of being in pain, and I could not eat, which is the worst thing. If you can't eat, then your body can't really perform even normal functions in the body. So reduces the eczema conditions also, which many of us have today, and there are tons of kids who have eczema. My son also has it. He was born with it, but he also takes the USANA Biomega Junior supplement in addition to vitamins, which contain the vitamin D and probiotics. And all of those are essential for patients, actually, for people with eczema. And I would suggest that if you do have a kid who has that, then I would suggest that they need to get on some type of vitamin, definitely the fish oil, and definitely vitamin D. And these oils are wonderful for them. You can just sprinkle on the salad, or you can make boiled potatoes and just sprinkle on it with a little bit of pink salt. Perfect meal. It may also help with constipation too, as I mentioned earlier, being a natural laxative. Ginger. This is a big one. I use this one a lot. We make ginger tea. I put raw ginger root in my green smoothie. We absolutely love ginger. My boys love ginger tea. So ginger root, it's aromatic, pungent, and spicy. So it does have a little bit of that kick. So when you're making it for kids, you have to dilute it a little bit and not make it as strong. Has been used in Asian cooking for centuries. Fresh ginger is available all year round at all of the health food stores, and even all the regular grocery stores are carrying it now. Add it to your juice, cooking, and stir fries. It is so easy to use this wonderful, wonderful superfood. It also has benefits of nausea relief. A lot of pregnant women use it during that time. Digestive support, the reason why I put it in my green smoothie every day. It can heal ulcers. It can also boost immunity. It improves diabetes. It's antifungal. Weight loss. It can help with the weight loss. And it's also anti-inflammatory. Another superfood you can add to your daily routine because it's anti-inflammatory. Ghee, and I love this, and I know when people see me, they're like, oh my God, you are eating so much butter, you're gonna have a heart disease. But here it is. No, I won't have a heart disease from the ghee. If I get a heart disease, it will be from carbs. It will be from pastries and grains. So anyway, ghee contains fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and E, has essential short-chain fatty acids, has high smoke point, so it can be heated to high temperatures. A lot of Indians actually, people from India actually cook with ghee. A lot of their recipes contain ghee. Nutritionally rich as coconut oil, and ghee contains CLAs. So basically, CLA is basically conjugated linoleic acid, which is higher in a grass-fed beef. Okay. And CLA may help reduce tumors, lower cholesterol, and high blood pressure, and it can reduce inflammation. Again, it can reduce inflammation. Ghee also can support your weight loss. It aids in digestion and improves gallbladder function. The short-chain fatty acid butyrate helps support a healthy digestive tract. It works by conversion of fiber into acid, which helps in detoxification and elimination of other fats and toxins. Here I am talking about elimination again, and another superfood you can add to your diet to eliminate more and detoxify. Ghee reduces inflammation. Ghee levels of this butyrate play a role in reducing inflammation in the digestive tract and throughout the body. Ghee helps create more alkaline system, which we all need. An alkaline system basically means your body is not acidic. Okay, there are certain pH strips that you can buy at the store, and next time, if you're interested, and next time when you go actually to pee, you basically just pee on that little strip, right? And that strip will tell you if your body is acidic or alkaline. If it is acidic, then that's a concern, because acidic body creates cancer. Okay, that's just one tip right there. So it's very easy to do this test on your own. Next time when you go to a pharmacy or a store, just look for those little strips, and they're paper strips basically. You just have to, you know, pee on it and then look at it, and whatever color it changes, and then there's like a color chart that it will tell you and explain if your body is acidic. If it is acidic, then I would say you really need to start working on a healthy lifestyle and start incorporating, some of the superfoods, because you need to make sure that your body is alkaline. You don't want it to be acidic, because in acid body, cancer is created. Lemon. Oh, I love lemon. And I have I have one of these little containers for lemon. Anyway, and I think my husband is holding nails in there. Yay. But I consume lemon every day, so I really don't need to hold it in that container, because it goes in my green smoothie every day, and I use it in tons of cooking. So lemon, it's another superfood. It's everywhere, guys, and ladies, you can buy it at the store. It's so accessible now these days. So grab on a bag and bring it home and do lots of stuff with it. So it contains vitamin C, right? We want it because of that. It has lots of vitamin C. Again, it's an antioxidant, and that's what your body needs. B6 and vitamin E, folate, niacin, copper, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, zinc, and phosphorus. All of those things are in your lemon. So next time when you're cooking, put some lemon on your dish. It can also aid in digestion and indigestion. So it acts as a blood purifier and cleansing agent. Hence why people, when they get up, in all the healthy industry that I'm working with, all of them, when they get up, they have a warm glass of water. They squeeze some lemon in there. Some of them put turmeric. Some of them put honey. Some of them put cayenne pepper. It just depends. There are so many different variations. But most often, most health industry people actually consume this lemon water in the morning, first thing that they consume. It's great for dental care. You can rub it on your gums to prevent bleeding. Hair care, apply to scalp to treat dandruff. It will give your hair natural shine. It's great for skin, acne, eczema, and anti-aging, used widely in cosmetic industry. And it may help with internal bleeding. Has antiseptic and coagulant properties. Place drops on cotton ball and add to your nose to stop the nosebleeds. I did not know this. I mean, I did know, but the other day my son had a nosebleed, and I did not remember this tip. So I'm going to have to mention this to him because I know he's going to remember when that happens. Respiratory disorders. Lemon juice assists in relieving respiratory problems and breathing difficulties. Throat infections. Combine lemon and honey and fight that throat infection naturally. So those are all of my top 10 superfoods. And I wanted to thank you for coming to this webinar, for calling in, and for listening. And hopefully this provided enough information, and maybe it will steer you in the direction when you start, where you will be starting to consume some of these superfoods that are wonderful for your body. So thank you very much for calling. And also, last slide, just to show where you can actually find me. So on Facebook, you can find me under my name, Sabina Bunic. Instagram, Sabina Bunic, or Holistic Coach Sabina. And then I also included my email here and my phone number. And I also have a USANA website. So if you ever need to look me up, just go to sabinabunic.usana.com. And this will be available on the YouTube. So this video will actually, I'm recording it, and I will be putting this video on the YouTube. So hopefully this information was interesting for you. And hopefully it will inspire you to start making changes in your health and your lifestyle. So thank you for calling in. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll chat soon. Ciao.